Hello. Wait. Yes. Hello. Hello, hello. Yes, real. Yes, that's me. I am indeed. Real? Possibly? Am I? I don't know anymore. I hope so. I hope so. Hi, everyone. How you all doing? How is everybody doing today? I am lost. I am confused. I am undercaffeinated. I only had 1 cup of tea today, and I can feel it. So yes, yes, yes. Who is here? Let's see. Hello, something stochastic, of course. Hello, Potter. You're in first today. Yes, with the tea and or coffee. Thank you very much. I need it today. Wait, am I too? I think I was too far away from my mic. I apologize. Who else? I'm lost. I'm confused. What's going on? Orashiro, hello! Welcome in, Orashiro. I can finally start working. I clock out in 1.5 hours. Yes, excellent. Hello, Ahead Gems. Hello, hello. Hello, Nightmind. I am indeed streaming. Wild, yes. I realise, again, I actually posted a schedule this week, and I posted it on all of the social media accounts, and I forgot to put it in the server, so yeah. Good job, me. Good job. We'll just about read the abstract. Don't need this negativity. We're gonna get through the paper. Lankuri, hello. I don't know if I've said hello to you yet. I read your message and then I don't know if I said hello. But hello, Lankuri. Can't wait to not read a paper. What did I just say? I don't need this negativity. Also, hi Frosted Floof, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. You are now a participant. I'm sorry. I don't make the rules. You have to participate in research now. You just signed the contract. Sorry. How are you? I hope you're good. I hope you're good. Let's see. This can't be the real Psydere. It must be Rin Penrose pretending to be her. Exactly. Wait, is Rin Penrose streaming right now? We need to confirm. Is this another piece of evidence? Have we ever streamed at the same time? I thought that Rin Penrose was streaming tonight, but maybe not. No. Once again, there is no evidence that me and Rin Penrose are not the same person. We still haven't streamed at the same time. So, you know, it's certainly a hypothesis. And hi, Moth. Hi, welcome in. Oh, okay. One thing that I've decided is that I feel bad because I always forget that the shout out function is a thing, right? I always forget because I'm a boomer and I can't type and I forget it's a thing, right? But I have just remembered that shout outs are a thing, and my like personal goal is to be a bit better at doing shout outs throughout the course of the stream when I see people coming in that I want to give a shout out. So first shout out of today goes to Moth. Moth is a nominee, question mark, shortlisted. Moth is shortlisted in the Small VTuber Awards. Now, I'm not giving an official endorsement for the educational VTuber category because literally like 4 out of 6 people are either mutuals or friends. So I don't want to I don't want to like choose between them. But Moth is one of the candidates. Strongly consider. Alongside, who are the others who I know? Miss Piper, Horatius the Dwarf, and Almantus VT. All 4 of them, absolute legends. So vote for any of them. A finalist, yes, well done. But yes, check out Moth's content if you haven't already. Moth does a mixture of gaming and then also educational stuff about entomology. So bugs, very cool, very funky. We love that. It's definitely Rin. It's yes. It's crazy because I don't have social media, so whenever you stream, it's like a guerrilla stream for me. Yeah, I need to get better at posting in the Discord. I keep forgetting. Hope stream is going well. We've only been going for 10 minutes. I think it's going okay. Thank you, Floof. We're going okay. Hi, Uafko. Yeah. Welcome in. How you doing today? I hope you're good. If only we had a mod who could do shout outs. I know. Stares at Husbando mod. Yeah, I agree. Husbando is present to fight the bots, but I think that between us, I think that he might sometimes watch other people's streams while I'm streaming. Which is fair enough. He does have to put up with me on a daily basis. Yes, we're talking about you. Yes, hello. Let's see. I'm trying to get back into trying stable diffusion, that one image generation thing. Do you mind if I make fan art of you doing it? Oh, that's a spicy question because a lot of VTubers really don't like AI art. I'll have a think about it. Inherently, I'm not opposed to fan art, so yeah, that's my broad opinion. I don't really care about any kind of fan art, really. So in theory, yes, I don't mind, but do not train it on. Don't train it. This is a difficult question. I probably won't publicize it. That's fine. I mean, I don't, like I said, okay, here's the thing. My design, like my VTuber design, I made it myself. I personally don't care if people use the design and make AI art out of it, but I know that my artists that I've worked with all really, really don't like it. So do not train it on any art, but if you want to train it on the model, in theory, that's fine. But yeah, like I said, lots of people are very opposed to it. So, you know, I might not acknowledge it. I don't know. It depends. I need to have a think about it. AI is AI, you know. It's very controversial. Yes. Let's see. So proud of them all. Oh wait, hang on. Wait. I'm trying to get back into. Oh wait, no, I read that already. I dropped them a follow. My friends dropped me a nomination, but I'm so happy for those who became a shortlist. Yeah, the finalists, so proud of them all. Me too. They did really good. And I must say, like, the educational VTuber category is absolutely stacked. Wait, I have a link on the Discord. Give me a second. Let me find it, the voting link. Let's see. Here it is. Actually, I think there's here's the YouTube link. I'll do the YouTube link so you can watch the video. I know it's sometimes easier to do the video than it is to do anything else. There you go. There's the link to the YouTube video. So that's, I think it's Petra Coral, who is running the awards. But there's like a whole team now behind it, which is very, very cool. And yeah, there's all sorts of categories. Like I said, educational category, absolutely stacked. I can't like nominate? No, that's not the word. I can't like add, endorse, that's the word. I can't and won't endorse anyone from the educational category because I endorse all of them, basically. But in the other categories, my official endorsements, I guess, are in the VR chat category, there's Jeff McBiceps, who does really, really cool educational content about like fitness. So you do like workouts in VR. It's really, really cool, really unique. And he's also a grad student, I believe. So high five. And then in the video category, there is Faye Drossera, who is, Faye's been a mutual for a while now, on another science VTuber. Absolute legend. But yeah. Those are my semi-official endorsements, I guess. Basically, I'm just like, go for the scientists. The scientists are legends. Absolute cold, as opposed to absolute hot legends. Yes. Yes. Two of them I've never interacted with, but Piper, Horatius, and Almantis I have talked to. Horatius and me are now in a battle on Twitter. Iconic. I can imagine that. Horatius is very funny. Horatius is probably the kind of person who is like, I now have an army of dwarves that are attacking you. We are at war. And then the second that it's done, he'll be like, yeah, we're good. He's very funny. We love Horatius. I totally dedicate 100% of my time to watching you in the theory. Yes, thank you, Husbando Mod. I mean, you dedicate 100% of the time that you're not looking at the screen to watching me, technically. So, yes. Yes. Send all the fan art to my DMs. I mean, post in the Discord server. I'm cool with that. I don't really mind. I'm cool. Like I said, the model, I made it myself. I don't care. Like, you can train stuff on the model. It doesn't bother me. It's just, like I said, the artists care. So, yeah, I don't want to be breaching boundaries that they're not happy with. Just remember not to make Just remember not to make Rule 34. The rule on Rule 34 is that if you find any or discover any, then you have to send it to Husbando Mod for archival purposes. He has to assess the situation. He has to assess whether it's okay, and then take action as he sees fit. Yes, yes, noted, yes. Hi, Hogan. Sorry, I'm running a bit late on chat again. I'm a bit delayed again. Hi, Hogan. Welcome in. AI gets a big no from me. Yeah, it's very controversial, isn't it? Very controversial. Yeah. Like I said, it's my model, my design. You know, it's a Vroid model. I'm cool with it. But yeah, the artists are not cool with it, so do not use those. Yeah, it's kind of varied, isn't it? Because it's like, it shouldn't be used to take jobs away from artists, obviously. And there's a lot of things that, you know, artists can do that AI can't do and probably won't be able to do right. Because just because of the nature of it, like, it's ultimately just a fancy statistical model. But I do think it's going to become one of those things where, like, it's a tool that you need to learn, really. And probably people that don't learn how to use it are going to get left behind in some way. But, you know, we'll see how the world develops. You know, it's like every new technology, right? It comes out and you're like, oh, I'm kind of sus of this. I don't know how this is going to have positive or negative impacts. I mean, look at phones. Look at smartphones. Same thing with them. But yeah. It's complicated. I mean, and it's not even something that I like know enough about, really, I think, to have a strong opinion on either way, which is why I'm like, whatever. Hi, Lord to Basil. Welcome in. How you doing today? No offense, you're a background to my Terraria. That's fine. I don't mind. I'm happy being background noise. It's definitely got a lot of good names. Some I don't know, but some I definitely plan to check out when I can. Yeah. I mean, I only really know like a few people. Most of the categories, it's just full of people I don't know. So that's pretty cool. Good way to find new small VTubers. It's quite funny, actually, because I'll tell you a secret. There was someone that I nominated for most likely to get partner, right? Or, yeah, Twitch partner. And that person is now a Twitch partner. So they became a Twitch partner before the award was even announced. Literally, before the shortlist was even announced, you know? I felt very validated. I want to say a month before, not even a month, sorry, a week before as well. I was like, oh, okay, nice. I predicted the future. Magical girl powers, success. Psydere is usually my foreground, first monitor content. Thank you, Lankuri. At least I'm someone's first monitor content. I don't think, you know, technically I'm my own first monitor content. I've got myself on both screens. What is that a sign of? That's probably not a good thing. Oh dear, clairvoyance, exactly. Also, hi Watchmakering, welcome in. How you doing? I hope you're good. I've only been VTubing for 3 to 4 months, and since doing that, I've met so many amazing and lovely people. I know, right? I know. So, yeah, I've had so many good experiences with people in the VTuber community, overwhelmingly just good, which is why I want to try and get better at shouting people out when they come into the stream. Not even just the VTuber community, actually, just streaming in general. There's lots of really, really lovely people. I don't know if I'm just lucky, because I've heard so many horror stories. But yeah, I've been really lucky. Maybe it's the scicomm aspect. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe the sciencey part scares away the people that are have ulterior motives and stuff. I don't know. Who knows? Let's see. Don't want not to advertise myself, but you get a cool digital I voted sticker when you vote for me. I think that's a valid reason to vote, Moth. I think that's a very good reason to vote. Especially in the disabled VTuber group, everyone's so sweet there, right? I mostly lurk in bigger servers because I'm gonna be real with you, I don't have much time. And yeah, I don't have much time, so I just kind of lurk and catch up with things every now and then, but everyone does seem really, really nice. Same on most of the servers I'm in, actually. I've only really seen one time where I was like, oh no, that's rude. Let's see. You're doing good. I'm glad, Basil. I'm glad. AI should be used as a tool to help, not to fully take away from people who use the thing it's being used for as a career. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously my entire job is writing, right? So like I like scientists are some of the first people that have been chat GPT'd, you know? Like chat GPT, like the paid models now can actually write entire scientific papers, like basically by itself. So yeah, I get that. It's all about like, yeah, incorporating it into your workflow to speed up and, you know, improve certain things. Like based on what it is, AI can be both good and bad. Yeah, I'd love to have somebody who's actually an expert on this stuff, like come and talk to us about it at some point, because I think it would be really interesting. And then also to like delve into like the human computer interaction side of it, or like the cyber psychology side of it. That would be really, really cool. I think that'd be really cool to do at some point. Hi, Tayu, welcome in. I just turned off the second monitor. I am no longer second monitor content, perhaps. Also, I'm like 20 messages behind, good lord. I'll get there. Right. Wait, I can do this. Here you go. If you don't already follow Tayu, absolutely do that. Tayu is an absolute legend too. We love Tayu. Who does mental health content. So Tayu is your emotional support animal. Very, very nice. But yeah, mental health content, which we love. Lots of like psychologically informed stuff as well. Very, very nice. I feel like every single one of your streams, we end up talking about something psychology related, and it makes me happy. Even though I mostly lurk, to be honest. Scuffed lurk message, yes. I have changed the lurk message and it is clearly scuffed. Brilliant. Enjoy your lurk, Basil. Oh dear. Doing well, heading down, rebuilding some tweeters for vintage Fisher speakers from 1969. Oh, that sounds interesting. That sounds very interesting. That also sounds very complicated. What does that involve? Let's see. Geology isn't a real science. So true. I officially endorse this, actually. I officially endorse this. All of the people who were like, psychology isn't a real science. It's geology. Although I think we've actually raided into like 2 separate geology streams in the past like month, so that's quite funny. There was just a recent paper about making scientific papers fully autonomously using AI. See, that's kind of sus. That's kind of sus. You do definitely need scientific input. Like, scientific input? Human input. Because AI is very prone to biases. If there's a biased data set, then you're going to get biased outputs, and you need to, you know, cross-check it and make sure that doesn't happen. At least that is my understanding of it. Hi, Seon! Welcome in. Computational neuroscience is fun? Heck yeah. It seems very, very fun from what I've seen. From what I've seen, anyway. Garbage in, garbage out? Yes. Yes, very much so. Yeah, computational neuroscience, like, I really don't know much about it. It's very heavy from what I understand. But I know one person who does it, and, like, they talk, and I'm like, I know that you're smart and you're saying impressive things, but I don't understand. Oh dear. There are multiple AI researchers out there. I know one that's decently good. I'm not gonna lie, I'd probably just ask Nico, like Nicosia PhD, who I should also give a shout out to. But I don't want to keep spamming with shout outs. Remind me to do that later. Let's see. As well as I think a decently significant paper about AI being really good at generating research gap, mostly because of AI being interdisciplinary. Yeah, I can see that being a thing. As humans, we tend to get very siloed and very attached to our identity, even like disciplinary identities in science. There's a lot of people who will be like, I am a psychologist and I think that my way of studying mental health is better. And then sociologists will be like, I think that my way is better. And then I know economists will come in and be like, I also have an opinion on this and I think it is better. And yeah. We are prone to every kind of, you know, cognitive bias that every other person is prone to. So yes. Do you know a Volcano doc? I do, but I don't think I've watched much of Volcano doc's content, but I definitely follow, yes. I think we're in a Discord server together. I might be wrong. I think we're in a Discord server together. But yeah, I've got like a massive list of people that I know do like science communication content. And like I'm like I need to watch some of their content and I just haven't had the time because I am on pure thesis grind. I will have you all know, earlier this week I finished a new chapter. My introduction chapter, totally finished it, put in all the references. I'm going to give it to my supervisor to check. And I am one paragraph away from finishing another. Literally one paragraph, a concluding paragraph, and then I am done with another one. And at that point, I think I have officially done a first draft of 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 1, 2, wait, maths. Yes, 4. 4 of my, I'm officially 100% done on 50% of my thesis. Now that might sound silly, but the remaining 4 chapters, 3 of them are like over 75% done, and 1 of them I haven't started, so we're not talking about that one. We're pretending that doesn't exist. We don't talk about that one. Wait, have I done the maths right on that? I think so. I think I've done the maths right on that. So introduction, done. Literature review, work in progress, over halfway. First study, second study, third study, they're all done. Oh no, it'll be the 5th one. It'll be 5 out of 8 done. And then 2 of them are like over 75% done, and 1 of them I've not started. So that, yeah, I'm like more done than not done officially. Once I've done that once I've done that paragraph, I'm more done than not done. Yay! Wait, what is this? Are we going to get past the introduction? We're already past the introduction! What are you talking about? We're already on section 2! What? Are we still reading the same paper? Yes! That doesn't prove your point, though. It shows how much I was listening. I mean, I'm suffering. Thank you, Husbando Mod. Thank you. I even linked it. It's in the DOI. Oh. I really am second monitor content. Goodness gracious. Okay, pretend that the prediction says, wait, what? Where are we actually? Where are we in this paper? Even I don't know. Pretend that this prediction says, are we going to get to section 3? Okay? Because we're currently on section 2, and we're saying, are we going to get to section 3? Yes. Let's see. I love her and Lily likes rocks is also delightful. Yes! We love science communication. There's actually quite a lot of science communication on Twitch. Like, when I started, I'm not gonna lie, when I jumped in the deep end, I wasn't really into like Twitch culture when I started streaming myself. So I didn't really know anyone like that was streaming that was already doing scicomm stuff. And then I started, and then I was like, wow, there's loads. Wow. It made me happy. It made me happy. You could also just tell AI to write an essay on the effect of microwaves on the natural fluctuation of cyclones on the human brain, and it will give you a totally cogent text about complete nonsense. Heck yeah. That's one of my favorite things to do with it, actually. Also, thank you for the follow. Is it RagQA? RagQA? I don't know. I'm sorry. I hope I've said your name right. I'm sorry if I didn't. Welcome in. Thank you for the follow. You are now part of the experiment. You're part of the subject pool. Sorry, you're a participant now. That was you've signed a contract. You can't back out. Don't forget to do that later. I've learned many people remember it after it's repeated to them right after they ask for the reminder. It helps. Yes, this is very true. It does. It does. Repetition, especially spaced repetition. Spaced repetition is like one of the best way that you can learn stuff. It's very, very cool. Raf, got it. Noted. Thank you. I might forget. You might have to remind me. I'm very bad at names. Welcome in, Raf. But yeah, spaced repetition. Very, very good way to learn things. So basically, like, you can get, it's an algorithm that's attuned to like roughly the time where you start to forget something, basically. So say, for example, if you're shown a word, maybe you forget it after a minute. Quack. Yes. Yes. And then it will repeat again, maybe after a few minutes, like 3 or 4 minutes, and then it will repeat again after 10 minutes, and then it will repeat again after an hour, and it keeps like extending the time. And basically it tries to like show you it again each time you're about to forget it, and that way it reinforces the memory and makes the connection stronger. So that's a good learning technique, very good for language learning. Yes, yes. Let's see. So interesting tea about the AI research community is most of the people are like doomers because they're afraid of AGI. AGI is artificial general intelligence, for those of you who don't know what that is, or believe that AGI will be out in less than 5 years. Yeah, it's really interesting observing that. It's very, very interesting to kind of see the difference between people who are like, it's so Jhove, or like the people who are like, this will be the next industrial revolution. It's very interesting. The reality is probably somewhere in the middle, as always. That's my very, fence sitting opinion. Scientists arguing about who is more important is like deciding which organ is the most important. You might die less immediately without some of them, but you still need all of them working together to live well or at all. Exactly. This is why like the disciplinary beef is so ridiculous. It gets even more silly when it's like within a discipline and they're just fighting over a methodology, because it's like, they're saying that quantitative is better, they're saying that qualitative is better, and it's like the reality is you need both to form a coherent picture type of thing. It's really, really, it gets silly, but it's the way that our brains are wired. It's just kind of, we naturally see these like group distinctions and tend to fall down them, unless we're checking ourselves, basically. Or if we have a personality type that, I say personality type, there is no personality types. There is only personality spectrums. Each trait is a spectrum. But if your personality profile, I guess is a more accurate word, kind of, is more in tune with like accepting new experiences and stuff like that, then you tend to be a bit less inclined to do it. But it's a thing that we all do to some extent or another. Yes. Which ear is better? Yes. Yes. In-group, out-group. Yes. Very much so. Pain. AGI means different things for different people, but just think like whatever smart AI from any media. Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting, isn't it? It's interesting. The whole concept. Again, something else that I would love to dig into. Dig into. Something I would love to dig into at some point, but I do not have the time or energy right now. So yes. No, I said dig. 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 Science communication. What are they communicating? I don't know. The wonders of the universe. I don't even know what I'm communicating half the time. I ain't gonna lie. Like I sometimes I sit here and I'm like, I try and justify the streams to myself, like, this is science communication, this is part of my job. It isn't. I'm just yapping. I'm just yapping. Let's be real. Unfathomable memes, exactly. Exactly, that's what they're communicating. I know someone who researches memes for a living. That's another person that sometimes I think maybe they should come onto the stream and talk about their research, because that's quite funny. So I struggles with diction sometimes. Exactly. I struggle with diction. Exactly. It's funny because I actually do. I actually, struggle to get my words out sometimes. It's fine. Neurodiversity, go brr. Sadly, I gotta go get started on noms and stuff ready for me and my kiddos. I hope your stream goes well, and it was nice meeting all of you. Thank you for dropping by, Flustered Floof. And yeah, I hope you have a lovely dinner. Or I don't know what time zone you're in. Dinner, breakfast, lunch, all of the above. Snack, yes. I hope you enjoy. Scicommers on Twitch have gotten kind of huge. Yes! Science is basically the hub of Psycom on Twitch, and paleontologizing is the world's first live streaming paleontologist, so things are getting pretty exciting. They really are! We raided into Science last stream. So Science are the new Twitch ambassadors who do Psycom, which is extremely cool. About time the educational streams got a proper recognition from Twitch. Love that. And yeah, paleontologizing... Oh my god, wait, no. Paleontologizing does really cool streams as well. There's like loads of people, loads and loads and loads of people that, you know, I see streaming all over the place. And there's even a few VTubers now, which is very exciting. You know, more than V Theorem. There is quite a few, which is very nice. Yeah, we love that. I hope it keeps getting bigger, and I hope that like we keep all coming together. Because there's like hubs where people can come together and like meet each other and stuff. And I hope that that keeps growing and expanding, and we keep getting like, you know, stuff that actually recognizes and rewards educational streamers. Because, yeah, I don't know. I think it's a niche that's just going to keep growing, in all honesty. It's going very, very well. Scicomm reminds me of the Twitch politics tubers. Yeah, except we're not painful. Mostly. Sometimes I'm painful. Oh, I think I've seen a graph of the forgetting curve. Yes, we love the forgetting curve. It makes the brain connection stronger. Exactly, exactly. Until all you can say is one word, omelette du fromage. Oh my gosh. That episode of Dexter's Lab messed me up when I was a kid. Because, ouch, I meant to do that. Because I was like, what if I actually like accidentally listen to that and then I have to speak French? Like, it was a genuine nightmare for me. It was a nightmare for me. What if I just listen to French over and over and then I have to speak French and I can't speak English anymore? As a young English child, this was very, very stressful. French, yeah, exactly. French. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Or am I? Anyway, speaking of in-group, out-group. Don't worry, French people aren't real. That's true. Have you ever seen a French person on this stream? I think there's one person that claims to be French, allegedly. But how do we know? Have you ever seen a French person in real life? Oh no. Are you familiar with Rhacodactylus? I'm not actually, believe it or not. I don't know who that is. Who is that? Is this I'm assuming this is a streamer. But if they do Scicomm, that's very, very cool. We love that. Hi, Blue Eyes White Boomer, welcome in. How you doing? How you doing? I hope you're good. Bonjour, indeed. Yes. The worst part is that I studied French for like 8 years, something like that, and I genuinely, all I can say is like, bonjour. Je suis, that is actually my experience of trying to communicate, and then they're like, oh, I can speak English, and I'm like, okay, thank you. Good, good, good. I'm glad we're on the same page here. Traveling is very stressful for me, as you can tell. It's just as bad in Germany, where I'm like, hello, and then they're like, I speak English, it's fine. And I'm like, okay, thank you, yes. Hi, Psydere! Welcome in. We've summoned the French. How you doing? It's been a while. How you doing? Oh god, am I gonna have to try and say this? Bonjour, comment allez-vous? Have I said that right? Bonjour, comment allez-vous? I probably said that very badly. I technically have like a qualification that's meant to be equivalent to like B1 or B2 or something in French. No. No. I really, really struggle. What's the alternative to Scicomm? Just science? Like watching someone in the lab? I don't know, actually. I don't know. I guess like there's like streams that I've seen that are like aimed at other scientists. rather than being like general communication. It's like, it's a stream for scientists, if that makes sense. So there's someone that streams in the science and tech category. Actually, I wonder if they're live. They might still be live right now. Let me quickly check. But yeah, there's someone that streams in the science and tech category, and they do like art tutorials for other scientists, which is really cool. I think they were live earlier. They are still live. They're called Woofster. I don't know. I don't want to give them a shout out because I'm scared. I don't know them, but they're like a professor of something, statistics, I think, a professor of statistics at a university, and they do like open online art stream. So that's very cool. But yeah, I'm too scared to shout them out. It's scary. I don't want other I don't want other science, especially not art people. I don't want art people to turn up because they'll see how bad my code is. So let's not do that. Rhacodactylus is a PhD cognitive scientist. Oh, nice. We love that. Yes, I will have a look at their streams. I think the other people I know who are kind of doing similar stuff to me that I've come across so far, there is Nico, who drops in the stream sometimes, who I said I was going to give a shout out to earlier, so I'll do that. Nico is like I think Nico's background is in cognitive science, but he's an AI researcher. But he does like drawing streams. He's teaching himself how to draw. And then he's got like an AI assistant with him on the streams, which is very cool. So yeah, go check out Nico's streams. Really, really nice, like co-working streams. And then also the art, like drawing along. Loads of people from the community will come together and draw one person from the community's character. And then you see like loads of iterations of the same character, but like different people's art styles. It's very, very cool. So yeah, go check out his streams if you haven't. Nearly there, you articulate the T between comment and alle. No, I don't know. I'm not even going to try. I just do it wrong. No, it's not for me. Like European languages I really struggle with. I'm not gonna, well, I don't like horrendously struggle with. French I really struggled with. Really, really, really struggled with. German I did a little bit better. And then there is like another European language that I learned a bit of, and it was fine, I guess. I guess it was fine. Is that negative Riz? I'm like the definition of negative Riz, and you know it. So yes. I have a geologist friend in France, and when I mentioned that episode of Dexter's Lab, she laughed and told me that's not even how they say it there. That sounds about right. Like, comment allez-vous? Bonjour, comment allez-vous? I don't know if I've said that right now. Probably bad. Oh dear. It's a spectrum, pop sci to scicomm to videos from conferences uploaded to YouTube. That's true, actually. Most conferences do upload, well, not most, but like a sizable number of conferences upload their videos to YouTube now, like the recordings. Thankfully, none that I've done, because I would cry. But yeah, it's a really good way to like find the latest findings in whatever field you're interested in. Assuming you can like understand what they're talking about. But normally conference talks are fairly accessible, I think. Like they're definitely way more accessible than papers because people just kind of, you've got a condensed amount of time to explain everything. So yeah, people try and make it a bit more easy to talk. Easy to talk? That's not right. Easy to say out loud. Yes. Easy to say out loud. Yes, yes. Shout outs are helpful though. They are indeed, yeah. I don't think I have the exclamation mark shout out thing. I don't know how to do it. I'm like slowly discovering how to do things. Actually, that reminds me. I'll show you something very quickly. I saw this on Tayu's channel. So, sorry Tayu, I've stolen this idea from you, but I finally worked out this. I finally worked out how to put a clip there on the BRB screen. So that's like an improvement on how I have been. That's, you know, I'm slowly improving. You could have just asked. I could have, or I could have learned how to do it myself because I am a scientist and I need to fail in order to learn. I found it. It's fine. I worked it out. It's stealing. It's not stealing. I gave credit. I borrowed the idea. I politely borrowed the idea, but you know, I've given Tayu credit where I've got the source from, but I'm sure Tayu's borrowed it from someone else and someone else and someone else and someone else, and it goes on until you get to the original website, which I've already forgotten the name of, so that's good. Do you struggle with British? Yes. So I'm saying I struggle with European languages as if she does better with Irish or Native American. This is so true. This is so true. I struggle with every language. I struggle with every language, but obviously most of my exposure has been to European languages and I struggle with them. So you're kind of adorkable. The definition of adorkable. Yes, it's the science. It's the Gap Moe science, isn't it? Yes. The airheaded scientist, Gap Moe. I think this is what does it. This is my opinion. This post was fact-checked as real and true by Psydere fans. My psychologist cannot be this cute? No. No, I've never watched that. I've never watched Emo. Husbando tells me it's bad, but I feel like I need to watch it for the culture. I don't know. Now you just need to make sure how to now you just need to figure out how to make sure it has audio. I can do that. I just didn't turn it on because I'm silly. Yes. Fail fast and fail often. Exactly. That's my approach to life. Consistently fail all the time and maybe eventually something will go right. Keep failing and maybe you'll end up with a PhD where you can write up all of your failures and get a nice fancy title for it. Actually, my approach. Legit, you can't copyright ideas, at least not tangible ones. Yeah, I know. I'm just memeing. I'm just memeing. Put a citation underneath it for Tayu every time. I actually would. That would be funny. That would be funny. Listen, there's nothing wrong with hitting up your therapist. Just ask the Joker. Yes, that's obviously a joke. That's true, actually. I forgot that. That is the whole that is the whole premise of like the Joker and Harley Quinn, isn't it? Is that she was the psychiatrist. That's not ideal. That's all breaching all sorts of ethical guidelines. Please don't date your don't date your patient. Don't do that. Don't do that. Fail hard, fail often, fail early. Yes. I'm just like fail cubed. Fail cubed? Perhaps? I don't know. Right, what is ethical guidelines? I still don't know. I don't know. I follow the ethical guidelines that I have to in real life, and then I become a VTuber, and then I have VTuber ethical guidelines, which are nothing. You can't stop me. Just don't date. Exactly, don't date. I'm a step ahead of you there. I am already married. Oh dear. Okay. Should we talk about this actual paper now? Let's see. This one? And then this one? Yes, this one. There we go. Oh wait, I'm in the wrong place. Zoom. There we go. This is the paper! Yay! We got there eventually. It only took an hour. Yay! Did I mention that I wanted to end today's stream early? So we're probably only going to talk about this for like half an hour at the most. Yeah, quack. Very big quack moment. Yeah, so once again, we are on this paper. The same paper as always. Conspiracy theories explained by a cheating detection mechanism. We're still reading this because I'm not gonna lie, I need to read this for my PhD, and I'm just dragging you all along with on the ride. That's it. So What did we learn last time? We learned that conspiracy theories might be a form of cheating. Or, okay, wait, no. Conspiracies are a form of cheating because it involves deception. One person deceiving another, and they gain something from it. And that's the same with conspiracies. Both do that. And then cheating detection mechanisms are when you're on the lookout for cheating, because it's not good to be cheated in any way. It's not good to have your resources stolen or whatever else. And then this might, conspiracy theories where it's not actually, you know, the conspiracy isn't actually happening. It might be an example of applying this cheating detection mechanism to instances where there is no cheating occurring. Yes, that's the TLDR. And then we had this nice diagram thingy. So according to the theory that they're proposing, they think that there's two things that inform the cheating detection mechanism. First of all, cheating cues. So, you know, if I look at the situation, is there anything suggesting that this person might be cheating? You weigh up the probability of whether they're cheating or not. And if you think that they might be, then okay, in your brain, you label them as a cheater. And then that in turn, they think can, you know, turn into specific conspiracy theories. So like, do you think that the government is cheating you? Yes. Okay. The government must be doing this thing, like, I don't know, hiding aliens or whatever. The other thing is the cues on cost asymmetry. So cost asymmetry is just like, what are the pros and cons basically? What will happen if I label this person as a conspiracy? No, if I label this person as cheating when they actually aren't? And what do I win or lose if I do not label the person as cheating when they actually are? So you compare those two and you decide, okay, well, they actually are cheating and I detect it. This is what I get. They actually are cheating and I don't detect it. This is what I get. They aren't cheating, but I think that they are. This is what I get. How do they compare? And if it makes more sense to label them a cheater, even if they are or not, then you do that. If it makes more sense to not label them a cheater, then you don't. I think hopefully that's fairly straightforward. They've got fancy Bayesian graphs, but it is actually a fairly simple concept, I think. Yes. Okay. And then we're talking about decision bias, which I don't remember. I think this is more just about like the various things that can affect those assessments of the situation. Mostly just around like, yeah, group attitudes. So are they part of my group? Is it going to affect my social network? Or are they part of a different group? In which case it probably won't affect my social network. And I think that's what we got to. Any questions? Any questions? I think I've summarized it, but in all honesty, I'm not 100% sure at this point anymore. No questions, good. My brain is expanding, me too, to a dangerous level. Oh no, I've actually got encephalitis. Oh god, make it stop. I need to drain it now. There we go. That was a very weird bit. I'm never saying that again. I don't have encephalitis. That would be terrible. Is it still cheating if you get away with it? That's a good question, actually. That's a good question. For their definition, it is, yeah. So their definition was neutral as to whether you get away with it or not. It's more about the act of like knowingly violating a social contract. So like, you know, there's like an implicit agreement between two people about this is how you should behave. And then you do not behave in that way. Yes. If the government is cheating, do I consider it part of my social network or not? That's a good question. When I say social network, I'm thinking about individuals. So like the people that you interact with on a daily basis. They can be like, sorry, I got distracted by background noise. I don't know if any of you heard that. Oh dear. I've had an entire day where the neighbors have just been drilling and like hammering. And I was trying to record voiceover stuff today. And then I would be like talking, doing the voiceover. And then suddenly I'd be like halfway through the sentence and then it would just be like, ah! And I'd be like, stop. I'd be like, stop. Stop with the noise. I'm trying to record. But then I actually checked back and none of it was even in the background anyway, so it was, I don't know why I was even worried. I've clearly got decent, like, sound protection. I don't know. Anti-brain rot 5-head, exactly. Psydere with a massive head. That would just be, you know, like those, like, what are those, like, Japanese plushies of anime characters that have got the massive head and they're lying down? Like one of those. I would actually make one of those. That'd be funny. I've got one from Love Live. True fact. There you go. Bit of lore for the day. I've got a Love Live. They're called Nesoberry? I think they're called Nesoberry. I might be wrong though. I've got a Love Live one of those. I feel like 5-head is pretty brain rot. This is true. This is true. But what if I have a 5-head, but I'm actually big brain? This is the real question. Is it cheating if everybody does it? You know what, Seon? That's a good question. A good philosophical question, but for the purpose of their definition, explicitly no, actually. Because it's about social contracts. So if there is like, if everybody is doing it, then the social if everybody is doing it, then the social contract is implied to be the cheating. So, yeah. Our words, our words, if everyone says the same. Our words are words if everyone says the same. Exactly, yes. Sounds the same as if I steal, but I'm never caught. Is it still considered stealing? Yes. Good thought experiment. For the for the purpose of this paper, yes. Obviously, it's not a crime if you don't get caught. Exactly. Big brain boomer. Oh, those that are like a tubular shape. Kind of Nendoroid. They're like a Nendoroid but plushie and lying down on their front. Like it's lying down on the front and then it's got a big head. I don't know. I can picture it. Well, obviously I can picture it. I've got one behind me, but I'm like 99% sure that they're called Nesoberry, but I might be wrong. Hi, Sad. Welcome in. Maybe I missed something, but shouldn't they test that cheating and conspiracy are at least related? I feel like they're labeling conspiracy as cheating without testing it. This was a big issue that I had with this paper. It's a theoretical paper, so they're not testing anything. They're kind of just laying out existing evidence and putting forward an idea. That being said, it is definitely something that needs to be tested. Because, yeah, that, like, hang on, if we go up, they basically redefined conspiracy theory to match the definition of cheating, which irritated me a little bit. Because there is, obviously the definition, like, you know, it's adapted slightly over time. We're improving it. But there have been a few papers that have come out that have, like, tried to find a actual formalized definition of conspiracy theory for the purpose of research. And they just kind of changed it. Where was it? Let's see. There was someone here, I think, or maybe a bit lower. I don't know. Yes, I think it was here. So they said that there was an overlap between the conspiracy and cheating concepts because of the intentionality. So it's done on purpose. The fact it's malicious. One person benefits from the other, and also the fact it involves deception. So those were like the key points that they said matched across both of the definitions. While that is true, I don't think it captures all of it, because I think the conspiracy, I'm trying to think of how to like formulate this. Like with cheating is like normally like maybe one-on-one, or like a small group on a small group, or like a small group on one, or one on a small group, or like, yeah. Like the key thing is that it's not that many people involved, whereas a conspiracy theory requires the involvement of like a large swathe of the population, basically. Like, say for example, like anti-vax conspiracy theories, right? If you're opposed to vaccines and you say, oh, you know, they've got bad effects and they're being covered up, like think actually logically about all of the people who need to be involved in that, like politicians, obviously, scientists, big pharma companies, so like all of the business people inside of the big pharma companies that are not that are not scientists themselves, like, you know, business support and stuff. But even like the IT people. And then it would also need to be all of the healthcare workers. And then on top of all of that, there would also need to be international cooperation on this, because in all seriousness, like if there was, say for example, if there was something wrong with one country's vaccines, it would be in the national interests of a country that they are hostile with to then identify what that is and share it in a paper. So it would be published out there. So also everybody who has ever read any papers on this topic would have to be in on the secret. All of the politicians internationally would have to be in on it, despite having like mixed motives on it. And then also like all of the journal article, like all of the scientific journal publishers and everything. So like the swathe of people who would have to be involved in this is like easily in the millions. And I think that's the thing that's like missing from this shared definition that they've invented, is like the sheer scale of it, and then also the scale at which it would impact like a broad range of people's lives. Like I think that moving it from the kind of individual or like small group level up to a systemic level like that, it kind of fundamentally changes something about how we process it. I might be wrong, but that's my gut instinct. Yeah. Anyway, there's ads apparently now, so I can't talk about the paper. Well, I guess I can, but yeah. Let's see. If everybody's following the law, then I should not follow it. I didn't say that, Orishiro. I did not say that. The law is a social contract. Oh no. The law is a social contract. Please don't break it. You'll get in trouble. Oh dear. Oh no. Thank you for the posture check and hydrate, Shayon. Thank you, thank you. I will, let me drink. Hang on. I've got tea today. I've got chamomile tea. I forgot to get water, so that's not good. But I've got tea, so I'll drink all of it. Not all of it in one go, but I will drink all of it over the course of the stream. This seems like a really stupid question, but I'm being serious. What are they considering? Cheating, like anything but the truth, or just the action in itself? Are the ads still going? I won't answer that until after the ads. Look at Discord. Why am I looking at Discord? What have you done? Yes, it's those. It's those. Yeah. It's those kinds of ones. But like, actually no, it's kind of different. Wait, okay. I'm gonna find like an example to show you. I'm gonna find one. Okay. Actually, I'll try and find the one that I've got. I can't spell. That's good. That's good. This one. I've got this one. Okay. This. How do I? This. I feel like I'm slowly getting better at OBS. Not very much though, but slowly. I'm getting a little bit better. Okay. I've got one of these. I've got one of these. Yeah, I think they're called Nesoberry. I think it's like a specific type of plush that's manufactured by Sega. Yes. I don't have any other words. I have one of these. That's it. That's all I got. I'm sorry. I don't know. Don't know what else to say. It's. I could make a Psydere one day. That would be fun. Maybe one day. Me when I'm a plush and I'm lying down. So true. So true. So true. Dang, it's been a while since I didn't have a bunch of ads all at once. Oh yeah. The ads are getting like really intrusive now, I think. Really intrusive. It's quite painful. Like I think, and the thing is, I'm gonna be real with you all. Can I be real with you all? Like the ads, when you're based in Europe, the ads like pay nothing. I get like 1 cent per 3 minute of ads. Like, it's literally pointless. I'm contemplating turning them off, but Twitch does penalize you a little bit for turning them off. So yeah. But yes, this is my plushie. Specifically designed with punting in mind. Exactly. You're back. Welcome back, Yavko. Welcome back. Enshrification. Yes, very much so. Okay, let me put my Nesoberry away. Right. What was I going to say? Right, Boomer. What are they considering? Cheating like anything but the truth, or just the action in itself? So they're specifically talking about cheating in terms of like an action that breaches a social contract. So yeah, if there's like a kind of social norm or something like that, then it is breaking it. That's how they're looking at it, I think. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense. Let's see. Yeah, so it's a Nesoberry. Yes, it's a Nesoberry. Yes. No, you can't talk about ads. The advertisers will kill you. Also, all the other content creators seem to think, yeah. Well, I remember the context, right? I'm like, ads, whatever. I can see why people are like, yeah, like cautious about it when it's actually like a substantial part of their income. I'm not gonna lie. Right now it is a substantial portion of my income because I only have like a 1 day a week job right now, but that's literally changing in like 2 weeks time or 1 week time even. Oh god. When I start teaching again. Oh god, it might be next week. Oh lord. When I start teaching again, and then in the new year I should have an actual proper job, and then I will be like, yes, Twitch money. This will just sit here in the. I've got like a little savings pot for my live 2D model. It's just sitting in there. It just sits in there and accrues a little bit of interest. And one day I will take it out and pay for a fancy model. But until then, we have the cursed self-made Vroid model. Yes. Yeah, YouTube, Twitch, all of those platforms are edging our patience/tolerance with the ads to cram in as much as they can. Yeah, I think the thing is with Twitch, they encourage you to do it regardless of where you're based. If you're based in the US, you can make a lot of money from ads. Because basically, I don't know if you'll know this, but like the ads, they show, wait, how can I describe this? Like the ads that are shown to you obviously vary depending on your location, but also like the amount that they value your attention is also given a different amount of money depending on your location. So if you're in the US, your view time is on ads is worth significantly more than if you're in Europe. And if you're in Europe, it's still significantly more than like other parts of the world. I think Europe and Asia are about the same, mostly, but then like, yeah, the rest of the world. So like, you know, Latin America, Africa, like Southeast Asia. Yeah, they have less value on the ads. So how much you get paid out as a creator from ads depends on where you're based, and it also depends on where your viewers are based. And it also obviously depends on how many of your viewers have like ad block or whatever. But I'm like, I'm not gonna lie, like every stream it's like literally like 1 or 2 cents per stream. So I very strongly consider turning them off because they're cringe, aren't they? They're really annoying. All the ads were fast food and nasty American snacks and burgers. Ugh. I will keep getting like a processor one, like a computer part. I think it's like the Snapdragon processor. Like I keep getting it and I'm like, I don't know what this is. I'm not your target market for this. At least like do something to make it slightly more attuned. I have turned off all the tracking, actually, saying that. That might be why I keep getting random things. But yeah. Okay, right, okay. Paper. This guy's talking about ads on Twitch is working, and wait, who is that? Oh, it's Pirate Software. We love Pirate Software. Pirate Software is talking about how ads on Twitch is working, and is where I've gotten all of my information about how Twitch works from a streamer's perspective, despite not being a streamer. Yeah, he does really, really good like shorts and then also like streams. His streams are just really interesting, even when it's just him answering questions. Very, very interesting. Big fan of Pirate Software in this household. Sounds like something Husbando would want. Very, very true. Very, very true, actually. Although, I don't know, because he's quite picky with his computer parts. So, yeah. Okay, paper. What did we learn about cheating detection under uncertainty last time? I think it was the... Wait. Okay. So, deciding whether somebody is cheating is inherently uncertain because we don't know whether they are actually cheating or not until we find out for certain. So, sometimes I say things and I'm like, yes. No way. Oh yeah, we've already gone through this, haven't we? Okay, right. And then cheating, detecting decision bias. Oh my god. Decision bias and cheating detection. So yeah, this is about just weighing off the pros and cons. Okay. Okay. Yes, tendency to embrace conspiracy theories that target the outgroup. That is absolutely a finding that keeps cropping up over and over and over again. I have nothing else to add to that. Like, there's less cost associated with, you know, saying that an outgroup is doing something sus than saying that your own group is saying doing something sus. Because if your group's doing something sus, then that means that you might be doing something sus. You're kind of implicitly, like, implicating yourself. So, yeah. Don't do that. Not good. We only pick on outgroup for that reason. And then also the asymmetry costs should vary according to the importance of the consequences of potential cheating. This would explain why, for instance, conspiracy theories focus on particularly sensitive stimuli, such as vaccination. So they say that, but there's a lot of very silly conspiracy theories too. The one that I like the most is the one about Avril Lavigne being replaced with a body double. Because I think that that's just like such a good example of like a conspiracy theory. It would, for those of you who don't know, if you've ever heard of this conspiracy theory before, there was a while where like loads of journalistic outlets were like, oh, look at this really like, you know, this crazy conspiracy theory that people on the internet just believe. People didn't believe it. It was a joke. It was always a joke. But like, it was... I believe it started on like a Brazilian fan blog. Like it was a Brazilian fan blog that was just like Avril Lavigne is dead. But like the whole thing was ironic. But then like the Western media picked up on it. And like, well, specifically the US and UK media picked up on it. And they were like, this is serious. They didn't realize it was ironic. And then there was like loads of news reporting on this Avril Lavigne conspiracy theory. But then because there was news reporting on it, people then started to believe it in the West. And now there's like actual people that actually believe it. But largely it's just like spread as an in-joke among fans. So yeah. Saying that conspiracy theories focus on particularly sensitive stimuli, that's not true. There are conspiracy theories about everything. And some of them are just silly. Some of them are like, they are about like important topics, but the conspiracy theory itself is kind of silly, if that makes sense. And everybody knows it. Some of them is like, it's a serious conspiracy about a silly topic, which I guess originally the Avril Lavigne thing was just silly about silly, and then it turned into serious about silly. So yeah. The Queen is still alive. Yes. Oh my gosh. There were so many good I say good. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a conspiracy theory for entertainment type of person. Like, I have to do it for research. And like the ones that I do for my research on are like the serious ones. So sometimes I like to just hop on Twitter and look at the silly ones. And like all of the stuff when the Queen died about, oh, she's actually like still in the box. Or like, she's not even in the box. Or like, she's dead, but her body is not in the box. They've put it somewhere else. Like, all of that stuff, it I don't know, it cracked me up. It was very funny. I don't know. Adblock from the router? Yes, that's very based. That's very based. We love that. We love fallacies? Yes. The hidden goal of Psydere's stream, learning to get back on track. It's so true, actually. This stream is like a manifestation of all of the rabbit holes that go down. Like, I'm not gonna lie, once I've got like a bit more freedom to like think about things other than conspiracy theories, we're gonna go down so many rabbit holes, and I'm gonna start actually like putting together lectures again, because I used to do that. I've not done one in ages, but I'm gonna start putting together lectures on weird topics. It's gonna be terrible. And then I'll just yap and you'll all be like, oh no, what have we done? Hi Zakia, welcome in. Thank you so much for the raid. Hello raiders, hi, how you doing? Wait, oh god, wait. What, I'm trying not to spell your name wrong. Here you go, a shout out for you. What were you doing? I saw you streaming earlier, but I didn't process like what you were doing, if that makes sense. But yeah, how you doing raiders? I hope you're all good. And welcome in raiders. I'm Psydere. I'm a psychologist. I'm a research psychologist, and today we're allegedly talking about psychology research, but I'm not actually. I've been going off track talking about Avril Lavigne conspiracy theories. So yes, hi everyone. Please have my scions while I go to bed. I will look after them. Thank you for trusting them with me. Is that correct grammatically? I hope it is. I hope it's correct. But yeah, everyone check out Zakia if you haven't already. Zakia does gaming streams, but is also a nuclear engineer, I believe, which is extremely cool. So yeah, we love supporting other VTubers who are also sciencey people. We love that. You're playing Space Marine 2? Nice. I think is that the one you told me about last time? I think it is. Yes, I don't have any thoughts on it. I have no idea about it. I am horribly behind on gaming and anime, actually. And anime. I was only just informed about like there's like the deer meme. I think I was told about that like 2 weeks ago, and now I'm obsessed with it. Like the Deer Go anime. Yeah, I don't know. Not even the anime, I've not watched it, just like the song. But yes, yeah, if you need to go to bed, please do. Feel free to raid and run. Please go look after yourself, have a drink, have some food if you need to. Sleep is important, very important for cognitive functioning. We love that. Where did I get to? I'm lost, I'm confused. Just remember when a blogger called Sid in Brazil made a conspiracy theory that North Korea was spreading fake news that they were demolishing the competition at the Soccer World Cup in Brazil. Yes. Yes. There's lots of very funny ones that like were clearly started as a meme and then like get picked up as being serious, and then sometimes they issue corrections being like, whoopsie, this wasn't serious, and then sometimes they don't, and then it just like goes out into the world and then it becomes a thing, which is quite interesting. The ironic to serious pipeline. She's actually under Big Ben recharging. So true, actually. I think that's true. I think that's what she's doing. She'll be back. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine if the Queen just emerged from Big Ben? That'd be stressful. You know, actually, technically it's not called Big Ben. The bell is Big Ben. The tower is called the Elizabeth Tower. So that's more evidence that she's underneath it. Oh my gosh. Conspiracy can come from misinformation as well. Yeah, this is the really interesting thing, right? So as part of, this is me going into like weird specifics about my thesis again, I apologize, but like part of the thing that I had to do at the beginning of my thesis was like discern what is a conspiracy theory and what is misinformation. Because a lot of people kind of assume that they like represent the same thing, but they don't. So misinformation is any information that is spread for any reason that isn't true. That's like, you know, it's not true. So it might be like it doesn't match up with the scientific consensus, you know, the stuff about, I don't know, herbs can cure cancer and stuff like that. That's misinformation. Disinformation is when false information is spread on purpose. So for example, if you've got like someone, I don't know, let's just say that there's a troll that really doesn't like a certain content creator, and then they start spamming out loads of like fake stuff about this content creator in order to affect their reputation. The person spamming that out, they're sharing disinformation. When other people then like share it onwards thinking that it's real, it's misinformation. Does that make sense? But yeah, lots of people assume that conspiracy theories and misinformation are the same thing, and that's not necessarily true. Sometimes conspiracy theories are misinformation or they're based in misinformation, but it's a specific type of misinformation because it's misinformation that specifically alleges that some kind of powerful group or institution is manipulating something secretly. But then it's interesting because there comes a point sometimes where a conspiracy is proven to be true. You know, it's happened plenty of times before, like MK Ultra, for example. So MK Ultra was like a CIA research program where they were like they were basically trying to brainwash people, like, for lack of a better word. They were giving them like LSD, like the drug LSD, to try and make them more suggestible, basically. And that went from being a conspiracy theory, because there was a lot of conspiracy theorizing that the government was doing this, into being an actually like provable conspiracy, because like the documents came out and it was like, yes, it was an actual thing. It was an actual research program. Isn't it? It's interesting because under the current definition of conspiracy theory, it doesn't shift out of the conspiracy theory part of the Venn diagram, but it does shift out of the misinformation part. But then if it's been proven true, doesn't that kind of make accepting it fundamentally a different cognitive process? We don't know. We don't know, because there's not really been any studies where they've managed to track people as a conspiracy theory has turned into a provable conspiracy. It's not really a thing that we've done. It's just missing data, basically. So yeah, that's a big part of the literature that is needed, but it's like super expensive to do that because you'd have to do long-term like surveying of people, like a panel survey where like you do a massive swathe of the population. Not massive, but like, you know, a few thousand people. I don't know, every few years, maybe every year, every few years. And it's very, very expensive. So yeah, super, super hard to work out anything about that. When is it a conspiracy and when is it immersive theatre? That's really interesting. I don't know. I don't know. He did do it on purpose. He hired a South Korean actress to dub the Korean journal. It was really well crafted. Yeah, so that would be disinformation. That's interesting. For something that's interesting about Stockholm Syndrome is that the police pretty much were awful at their job during the crisis and probably would have gotten both the criminals and the people killed. Yeah, the Stockholm, what's the word? I've forgotten the word. Hostage. Yes, hostage. Hostage situation. I don't know much about it, actually. I don't know much about it. I love spreading misinformation. Yes. I love spreading misinformation on the internet. No, I don't. For legal purposes, I do not. I do not spread misinformation on the internet. I fight it. I'm a magical girl. I fight the misinformation. Yes. Difference is if the information is distorted voluntarily or not. Yeah, exactly. So if it's distorted and you don't realize it, like if you think it's true, then it's misinformation. I've only seen Vsauce video on conspiracy. I've actually never watched that. I didn't know that was a thing. I might have to add that to the reaction playlist, which I will eventually go through at some point. Should we do that next week? Let's do that. Hi, Gelatinous Fork. Welcome in. How you doing today? I like the brain squids on your pocket. Thank you. I've got more brain squids elsewhere. Hang on. Look at this. Zoom. Oh wait, hang on. I've got more brain squids on my whoa. I'm struggling. On my belt. More of them. And then hello. On my legs. For free. Whoa, I'm breaking. There we go. That was not scuffed at all, was it? That was not scuffed at all. It was fine. I have many gelatinous brain squids. It's very good. Excellent. Thank you. I have a little psychology symbol in my hair as well. That's all I've managed to do. I couldn't work out how else to get psychology on my design apart from the neurons and the There's like a repeating psi pattern as well on the bottom of my. Maybe it's easier to show this that way. Yeah, a repeating like psi pattern, but it's kind of scuffed because I made the model myself and I have no idea what I'm doing. So yes. Yes. Wait, now I'm at a weird angle. Oh god, I look like I'm like, you know, it's like you're taking a selfie and you do it from like a slightly like up angle. It kind of looked like that. I didn't like that. Is this better? I think this is better. There we go. Rotating. Yes. Sniffer. No sniffer. Feet. Yes. Feet. Yes. Isn't there other representation of the human mind than brain? Move from old Renaissance medical books. Yeah, see, I did contemplate it. I had a thought about like EEG scans, but they kind of just look like any spiky wave pattern. So I wasn't sure that was super obvious. And then I couldn't really work out where to fit it into the design. I thought originally maybe having like an EEG pattern that like condenses as you move towards the bottom of the coat, and then just like having it turn into like almost like a gradient pattern, but it's EEG, if that makes sense. I did try that out because like I ran through a few iterations of the design, but it looked too, how can I describe it? Like my personal aesthetic preference is like more simplicity. I wanted my character to look more anime than VTuber, if that makes sense. Because like VTubing has a very specific aesthetic to it, and it's quite a lot of like details. That wasn't what I wanted. I wanted something simpler. Partially because I do a lot of my own art and I don't have the ability to draw anything fancy. Yeah. So yes, that was the reason for that design choice. But I must say, like, this isn't the exact design. I've kind of had to like make it work with Vroid as best as I could. Hang on, I have a reference sheet. Let me bring that up. Oh god, it's massive. Oh lord. Give me a second. It's bigger than my screen. That's the problem. Let me zoom out. There we go. Okay. There we go. There's the character reference sheet, which was done by Miyukiko, who is excellent artist. Same one that did the Starting Soon and BRB screen. We love Miyu in this house. But yeah, so hang on, if I zoom in a bit more on this actually. So like the things that I couldn't really capture was like, I wanted the inside of the coat to be like I'm like pointing at my, I'm pointing and I've just realized I can't, like, you can't see what I'm doing. I wanted the like inside of the coat to be a different color to improve the contrast. And I wanted the size to be smaller. But yeah, I originally tried like having an EEG pattern running up the coat, if that makes sense. But I don't know, I just thought it looked too much. Like I thought it was too overwhelming. So yeah, I went with a simpler design because that was my personal aesthetic preference. So yes, I went through quite a few iterations of it, and like I tried to get feedback from people and stuff. And yeah, everyone was like, it doesn't look like a VTuber, really. It looks like an anime character, but I like it. So I was like, okay, well, clearly I'm doing something right. I wish cloaks were like that IRL. I know, it would be fun. It would be fun. Originally I was thinking more of like a, I don't know if this makes sense, but like a kind of half lab coat, half like billowing cloak. I don't know if that makes any sense. If you've seen any like magical girl anime, sometimes they'll have a cloak. So I think like there's a few card captor Sakura that has a cloak that kind of like embraces her almost. And then like Sayaka from Madoka Magica kind of has one too. I was kind of going for that kind of vibe, but then Miyu, the way that Miyu drew it makes it look a bit more stiff, and I think I kind of prefer it like that. It kind of gives it more like almost like a mage vibe, which I think is really cool, because like part of the concept that I was playing with the model was like psychology. They always say that it's like, you know, it's not real STEM, it's like humanities. So I was like, okay, what if it's like between science and magic? Because one of my favorite anime is this is going off on such a tangent, but like one of my favorite anime is like a certain magical index and a certain scientific railgun. And you know, they have that kind of like science versus magic and like meeting in the middle thing going on. And I really like that whole vibe, so I wanted to play into it. Yeah, that was the reason for my design choices. You can fashion a cloak out of sheet steel for the stiffness. This is very true. And that would probably be quite helpful as a magical girl, because then the monsters can't eat me. I had a thought. Good job, she's learning, thank you. I'm very proud of myself. I was thinking of those old drawings from like Leonardo da Vinci, the man with 4 arms and 4 legs in a perfect circle, stuff like that. Yeah, that would have been really cool, but it just didn't really match up with the aesthetic that I was after, if that makes sense. I don't know. Too crowded. Yeah, a lot of VTuber designs, they feel too crowded to me. I'm more of a simplicity aesthetic, if that makes sense. I didn't want like loads of details. Not for me. You could do record mouse pointer. I could have if I'd thought ahead. I've heard about the models needing to have every detail of the human body to make it easier to model the clothes. Does your model have it too? Well, I use a Vroid model, so mine's like basically like a blank thing. I don't know. I just did a template. I don't know. Having a Freud in the back pocket, yes, that would be fun. Actually, I was thinking because like my design has like a magical girl wand, and I'm trying to think of like how I can store it because I don't have any pockets apart from the one at the front. But I wouldn't put it in there. I don't know. I need to think about it. I need to think about. That's like the thing that I do need to think about, how to integrate that into the design better. Hi, Commodore. I've noticed that there's a lot of people from China and Vermont here on Twitch. So many usernames end with CH and VT. And a lot of the people that are from Vermont are Uber drivers, as indicated by VT Uber. So true. So true. Sorry, everybody. The VT in my Twitter handle actually stands for Vermont. I apologize. I didn't tell anyone. Index, I binged so much on that one. Yes, it's so good. Railgun, such a great show. Yes. Also, hi, Dungeon Slime. Welcome in, welcome in. You crossplayed Railgun back in the day? That's so based. I love that. I love that. Literally, it's like one of my favorite series ever. It's quite funny, actually, because Husbando introduced me to it. I'd never heard of it. Because, like, apparently for a long time, it just, like, wasn't very big in the West. Like, it's massive, massive in Japan. Mostly because there's like an entire light novel series that's like really, really far ahead of the anime and manga. But yeah, not so much a thing, especially in the UK. I've never, apart from Husbando, I've never actually met another person that is into it, which is quite sad. Because yeah, it's a really, really good series. Oh, there was a bot that slipped between the cracks. I can't ban it. Where is it? Where is it? Or did Husbando get it? Oh no, I got it. We're fine. Husbando's too busy watching Fillion. Is Fillion streaming right now? Is that where he is? Is that where he is? A magic wand with a Freud bobblehead? No, absolutely not. Freud can get out. A magic laser pointer and slideshow clicker. You know what? I should make it do that. I should make it do that. We have a Nesoberry Freud as a toggle for a hat? No. Actually, perhaps. That's now 2 UK people that watched Index speed subbed back in the ancient times. Oh my gosh, that's a throwback. Does everyone else remember, like, does everyone else remember when anime, like, you'd have to watch it in like 4 parts on YouTube? Does anyone else remember that? That was good times. It's not even on YouTube anymore. So sad. If you did cursor capture, you could set your wand to be your cursor skin. That's such a good idea. I'm stealing that idea. I'm print screening your message right now so that I never forget. I'm stealing that. Thank you, gelatinous frog. Okay. Right. So, paper. We need to read this section, otherwise... Wait, Lankuri, do you need us to read the section, or do you need us to not read the section? I can't remember what the predictions were. We need to get you those points back. 4 parts? What kind of miracle is that? I had to watch it in 10 parts. I probably also had to watch it in 10 parts, but like I've just mentally... it like merged it all together, if that makes sense. I very distinctly remember watching Lucky Star split up into multiple parts per episode. That's like a formative memory for me. Yeah. And then like one of the parts was missing. And I think it was from like the episode where they go... Whoa, background noise. Apologies if you heard that. I think it was from the episode where they like go to the onsen, and then I think I just remember like I had to skip over a part, and then it just got to the scene instantly where it was like Kanata being like Dimote, Dimote, and I was like, what is going on? I am so confused. That was a very formative memory. The characters talk too fast in Lucky Star. Yeah, they kind of do, don't they? They kind of do. I liked it though. Oh dear. You believe? Okay, we'll try and get you those 15 points. We'll try. 15k even. Okay. Lucky Star, I used to have IRC so I could download stuff. That was a good show. Yeah, I loved Lucky Star. It was, I don't know why, like it was the thing that put me down the cute girls doing cute things pathway, I think. Hi Fi, welcome in. How deep are we? No further than we are last stream. I think 1 hour 40. Is that a new record for not reading the paper? Timote, yes. I don't know why it was such a formative memory for me. I saw it and didn't get the appeal. It's definitely one of those anime where people either love it or like they're like, I don't get it. It's definitely one of those. Yeah. Because like loads of people I know are just like, I do not understand. And then I was just like, this is so cute. I love it. What if speedrun splits on sections of the paper? Okay, I clocked out for 10 minutes ago and she read 4 lines. I haven't read any lines. I haven't read any. Yes, let's speedrun. Let's do it. Should we speedrun this section? Let's speedrun the section. Wait. Okay. Wait, we got this. Okay, we're doing the paper speed run. Okay, let's do it. Okay. Okay. So, direct and indirect cause. No, cute. This is already going badly. Heck. Direct and indirect cues to estimate cheating probability. Because decision-making systematically emerges in an uncertain environment, individuals must be able to differentiate the signal from noise, in particular the deception behaviours characteristic of cheaters, so as well as conspirators, induces a high level of uncertainty. Deception is the main tool of cheaters who strive to win in the evolutionary arms race with others' skill at detecting cheating. Okay, so they're fighting each other. The words, the deceivers, this music's making me stressed. The deceivers and the ones being deceived, they're in an evolutionary arms race. Okay. Because individuals can detect violations of social contracts, cheaters develop dissimulation behaviours. What are they? Without the capacity to conceal cheating behaviour would simply have been eradicated during evolution. Okay, we're making a note of this because this seems important. Cheating detection would thus have generated a selection pressure to select effective cheating behaviours. Okay. Woo, evolutionary psychology. In the arms race, detectors are in turn driven to generate counter... What? In the arms... Okay, wait, no, I can't do this. This music's too distracting. We're going back. No. I can't do it. I'm sorry. That's the rock. That's the K-on music. We're not playing that. Wait, where is it? I've lost my music. This is going very well. Okay, back to the lo-fi. Okay. That was stressful. I also didn't get Evangelion. That's valid. Timote infected the world like Death did post Rosen Maiden, so I need to track down Hidimari sketch. These are words. Kanata be ADHD AF? Yes, actually, I think so. Very much so. Not a professional opinion, but yes. I've noticed a lot of ADHD people relate to her a lot. I stumbled across an ongoing manga called Shrink, which is telling the stories of a psychiatrist treating several patients from several psychiatric pathologies based on real feedback, really well made and informative. That sounds really interesting. I need to add that to my to-do list. One can read cheating. Hi, Manshizzle. Welcome in. One can read cheating in this paper as the deceptive sexual practice. It still works perfectly well. I wonder if that was intentional. Yeah, right? I think it's one of those things where, like, you can just, like, if you've got the right kind of definition, it just fits, right? And to be fair, cheating in terms of a relationship is probably called that because it is a violation of a social contract in a way. Like, it kind of, yeah, it fits the definition. It's okay, reset for a faster paper. Might have to. Paper already hard to comprehend? Tell me about it. Deceptions and Autobots are in a millennia-long war. Exactly. Okay. Right, so, because individuals can detect violations of social contracts, cheaters developed dissimulation behaviours. Without the capacity to conceal cheating behaviour would have been simply eradicated during evolution. Cheating detection would thus have generated a selection pressure to select effective cheating behaviours. So, they're saying evolution, innit? They're saying that there's like competing processes at play. So we've evolved to be able to detect when our social contracts are being violated, but so that means that in order for cheating to continue to be profitable, basically, for lack of a better word, they needed to also evolve a way to avoid those cheating detection mechanisms. Evolutionary psychology stuff always starts sounding fishy. Yeah, I mean, one of the greatest intergroup battles is evolutionary psychologists versus social psychologists, so you can guess my opinion. Evolution, innit? Clippable. Yes. Average Psydere stream. Evolution, innit? Psychology, innit? Oh dear. I wish that my streams were more informative, but they are rarely that informative. Okay. In the arms race, detectors are in turn driven to generate countermeasures, oh god, involving sensitivity to indirect cues, suggesting deception or cheating based on recurrent associations between stimuli and cheating behaviour. Okay, so in order to fight against the cheating detection countermeasures, we need to develop our own countermeasures in order to detect when cheating detection is being avoided. Brilliant. That's not at all confusing. No, okay. I think I understand. It's like a reciprocal thing, reciprocal process. Like the one process is undermined and then you try to undermine the undermining and then you try to undermine that undermining and it just keeps going around in a circle. I understand. It's quite informative, honestly. I learn a lot from the papers too. Well, I'm glad that it's at least pretending to be informative. It's just fake it till you make it, right? That's my streams. If I pretend to be informative, eventually one day you might learn something. When the philosophers mention evolution, like most of the time, wait, I lost it. When the philosophers mention evolution, like most of the time it's just BS. Yeah, it's kind of the same in psychology. I'm not gonna lie. Like a lot of it is just like retroactively trying to fit an evolutionary model onto existing data. As always, the reality is probably in the middle. One of my favorite theories is about like gender roles. I feel really bad because I have forgotten the name of it, but I believe it was written by Susan Fiske. And it basically says that, like, you know, there's the biological elements of sex, and because we prescribe meaning to things, we created gender roles, and then in turn, we then use biology to justify those gender roles, and it kind of becomes like a vicious cycle, basically, where like biology is used to justify stereotypes about gender. It's very interesting theory. But it's like a nice thing, right? Because it kind of is like, yes, they're both relevant in some way, but, you know, obviously, you know, this is different from that, and we need to look at how they reinforce each other incorrectly, if that makes sense. It's been fun, but there's something wrong somewhere on a TTRPG that needs my bad opinion. Oh, enjoy going to give your bad opinion? Question mark? Thank you so much for dropping by the Dungeon Slime, and have a great rest of your day. It's just symbiotic evolution for social behavior. Yeah, it's like a reciprocal process, and this whole like trying to fit it to just be one or the other is very weird to me. Very weird. The only benefit one gains from cheating is if you're oh gosh, words. Is if the other person believes that you aren't cheating. Man, she's using too big words. I can't process big words. I'm too tired. Big word. Is if the other person believes that you aren't cheating. It isn't inherent from the definition of the term that for that to exist as phenomenon, it would have to be kept from being deceptive. Yeah, they've said that like it requires deception. They haven't said anything about whether the other person needs to know that you are deceiving, if that makes sense. Which is interesting because it does seem very relevant, but maybe for the cognitive process of like detecting cheating, it isn't relevant. Because I guess you probably apply the same mechanism if you're trying to find it, regardless of whether it's actually happening or not, if that makes sense. So it's kind of like a step before, like, we don't know what's happening, and we're like assessing the information to identify it. Fun to think that one day a boy or a girl got born with the sudden capability to detect cheating in a world full of cheaters and people lacking such ability. I know. I know. It's complicated. It's complicated. It almost certainly wasn't like that, but it would be fun to think. Exactly. I yearn for true gender equality. I have no patience for one who talks about female privilege when it suits them and then complains about someone not being a man when it's convenient. Yes. This is the thing. Like, the thing that we know for certain, well, not for certain. We don't know anything for certain. There's no such thing as certainty in social science. There's always extra things that we haven't found yet. But like something that we're fairly confident of is the fact that like basically like gender roles reinforce each other. So yeah, the Konosuba quote is actually true. The Konosuba quote is actually true. Oh dear. Konosuba's like, for me, Konosuba was the anime where I watched it and I was like, I don't really get it. Like, everyone says it's great and I was like, I don't get it. So yeah. If people try and tell you that they can be certain of something, they're either a mathematician or trying to sell you something. Exactly. Exactly. Always be skeptical. Always be skeptical. If we're playing cards, I won't allow you to play if I suspect you of cheating, so you'd have to convince me that you aren't for me to agree for you to take part. I guess bartering is the simplest example, though. You just won't be allowed to partake if you are assumed to be or caught cheating. Yeah. Yeah. I don't really have anything to follow up on that other than yes. 4 dumb friends go on a dumb adventure. So true. That is literally the whole plot. That is the whole plot. Okay. In sum, since the evolutionary arms race generates deception among cheaters, and thus a high uncertainty for detection, this should push the cheating detection mechanism to incorporate relevant indirect cues to estimate the probability of cheating in addition to direct cues of cheating. Okay, so they're just saying that nice little Bayesian graph that we saw earlier about like, do the direct cue, like, is there obvious evidence of cheating happening here? We also add indirect cues into our nice little Bayesian analysis, and then boom, assessment. Welcome back, Hosmod! Which streamer were you watching? Oh, you're being called out. Are you going to tolerate this? Perhaps we can figure out how to respond to that by reading more. This is true, actually. This is true. Okay. Direct cues suggesting the occurrence of cheating include the existence of past cheating, or more broadly, to the frequency of cheating behavior in the environment. Okay, so if you're in like an environment where cheating is fairly common, then you can probably assume that there is cheating, basically. Or like if somebody has a history of doing it, you can probably assume that they're doing it again. Conversely, a relevant indirect cue to cheating is the recurrent association between a neutral stimulus and a cheating behaviour that leads individuals to judge the likelihood of cheating to be greater in the presence of this conditional stimulus. Woo! They're pulling out all the stops. We got the signal detection theory, we got the evolutionary theory, we got the, like, operant conditioning now. Good lord. Good lord. I mean, do we all know what operant conditioning is? It's like Pavlov's dog, basically, but instead of it being like a behavioral response that you can't control, it's like something that you're aware of. So yeah, just like associating either something in the environment with some kind of outcome, basically. Think of Konosuba as a parody of the overpowered main character. Yeah, I don't know. There was just something about the humor that I just didn't get. Like, I don't know, it just wasn't for me. It wasn't my kind of humor. Oh no, I'm trying to think of one that I actually did find funny, but I'm kind of drawing a blank. I've forgotten all the anime that I've ever watched. Good. I love Konosuba from Megumin, the adorable Geneva Convention breaker dork. She is quite funny. She was very cute. Yes. Oh right, the British humour. Yeah, we do have a very specific type of humour. I found skull-faced bookseller Honda-san really funny. So that probably says something about my, like, humour. But yeah, Konosuba just wasn't it for me. I don't know. What other comedies have I watched? I don't know. I mean, I find Cells at Work pretty funny. I'm trying to think what else, but yeah, like I said, I'm drawing a blank on all of the anime I've ever watched ever. So that's good. I tend to find really like random things funny as well. So like do you remember the thing from Pokemon that like turned into a meme from the first series of Pokemon where it's like an onigiri and then he's like, this jelly-filled donut is delicious. Like that's the kind of thing that I find really, really funny. It's like, yeah, I don't know. I'll have a think and then I'll come back. At some point, I'll suddenly remember an anime that I found really funny. Okay, so I'm gonna highlight this part because I think this is relevant, I guess. Cool. Okay. Right. Direct cue, past cheating. An environment with a high frequency of cheating should lead individuals to anticipate this danger during social exchange by increasing the probability of detecting cheating. Evidence indicating the existence of corruption are good cues regarding the level of cheating in the environment. I literally cited this paper earlier. Oh, that's nice. That's a little bit of like a thread that goes throughout my day. This is the paper, I believe, that shows that, well, I can actually check, that corrupt countries, have higher rates of conspiracy theories. Yes. It looks like that was actually a conference paper, but they did publish a full paper subsequently. It's very cool, very cool. But yeah, countries that have more corruption, the people, like when they do general polling, people believe more in conspiracy theories. So yeah, I mean, it's not really surprising, I think. You know, you're more likely to believe in conspiracies if there are more conspiracies. I don't know. In a more indirect way, English. Oh, come on, I can do it. In a more indirect way, corruption is considered as one of the main factors in distrust towards institutions. It's also been repeatedly shown that the belief in conspiracy theories is related to low trust in institutions. That is true. We may therefore consider that a high level of corruption increases the perceived probability of cheating occurring, reducing institutional trust and generating conspiracy inferences, particularly if the individual is biased towards false positives. Yes. It's kind of just more of what I said, isn't it? Yeah. You know, if there's a lot of corruption, there's a lot of conspiracies occurring, then you're more likely to believe conspiracy theories. Like, it adds up. It adds up. I don't know what else to say. I guess I'll highlight that. I guess. Oh. The argument department is a room 12A. Is that a quote? I don't know. I'm very, like, uncultured. I don't know what that's from if it is. I feel like my throat's starting to go. I need to drink some tea. Like the Rin Penrose's Psydere conspiracy? Exactly. Or Psydere is Rin Penrose. One day I'll be brave and I'll message Rin Penrose and I'll be like, are we the same person? I don't even know anymore. I've been gaslit into it. I'm starting to believe it. Can you imagine? Oh my gosh. It was for a quote from Monty Python. I should have known that. I've watched all of the Monty Python, at least the Monty Python films, like multiple times. I should have known that. Okay. We assume that this effect can be understood through the bias that we describe. Indeed, if an individual is rather orientated towards false positives to avoid false negatives, an increase in corruption or an isolated incidence of corruption should result in an increase in the perceived frequency of corruption, exceeding the actual increase in corruption. Oh my gosh, they've used the word corruption like 7 times. What the heck? Okay. So if someone's orientated towards seeing cheating where it isn't there, then if corruption increases, even if it's a small increase, they'll basically overestimate it. They'll think that it's bigger than it actually is. I think that's what they're saying. In this way, this can also explain that an individual who is biased towards false positives could infer a conspiracy theory from an isolated case of corruption. Okay, that makes sense, I think. So I guess this part is the important part. Yes, okay. Indirect cues, power and dominance. Power asymmetry between individuals and alleged conspirators is considered a factor predicting the belief in conspiracy theories. This consideration has been so to the point of being incorporated into the definition of conspiracism for some. For example, this one? Okay. Ah, yes, that's one of the papers that defines... That's like a big old review paper. I know this paper. Big review paper. It was like the default one, basically. This was like the review paper, and then the pandemic happened, and then there was like 200 papers a year, and then it was out of date. Oh dear. Science do be like that. But yeah, so there's a definition. There's that definition, and then there's like, I think 2 other papers. There was one that came out fairly recently that was like a philosophy paper, I think, that was like trying to narrow down the definition of conspiracy theories using like philosophy or something. I don't know. I did read it and then I processed it and I was like, I like their definition and I follow their logic, but it's, you know, it's bigger brain than me. And then I think there was another one that I haven't read yet that was like, yeah, using a very specific type of method to narrow down the definition. Yeah, I don't know. But yes, the power asymmetry is a part of most definitions I've seen. Because in theory, you can't have a conspiracy without having enough power to be able to keep it hidden, if that makes sense. So, yeah. I don't know. Conceptual engineering? Yeah. Too many ways to do philosophy. So true. So true. I can't keep up with all of them. The confirmation bias. I'm not the Messiah. Only the Messiah would be so bold as to call him himself not the Messiah. Then I am the Messiah. He confirmed he's the Messiah. That's so true. That clip is such a good, like, yeah, it's such a good illustration of confirmation bias. It's very funny. Is that the same clip where at the end they're like, he's not the Messiah, he's a very naughty boy? Oh, iconic. Monty Python is just amazing. Amazing. Not like I'm biased. I think so. Yeah, I think so too. I think that's like a bit at the end where they just shout, he's not the Messiah. I think about this a lot. Okay. Yes, power asymmetry is important. Power asymmetry. Like I said, you kind of need to have the power asymmetry in order to like have the conspiracy in the first place, because you can't hide the manipulation unless you have the power to hide the manipulation, if that makes sense. Like, that seems like a kind of given. It's possible to account for this element via the cheating detection mechanism. Indeed, it has been observed that individuals seeking social power are more likely to engage in dishonest behaviour. We assume that because of this recurrent association, the dominance trait could serve as an indirect cue, increasing the probability of occurrence of cheating, and consequently, it would explain why conspiracy theories are often detected in individuals or groups with higher social power. Okay. I feel like the Occam's razor is just that you need to have the power to be able to do the conspiracy, but okay. I'm gonna... Yes. I'm gonna highlight that part because I guess that's important, but I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced. You have to run for a medical appointment. Bye-bye, Lankuri. I hope your medical appointment goes well. Have a good stream. Remember to read. I need the points. I will. Don't worry. We'll finish it and you'll get your points. You'll get your points. You'll get your points. What kind of power though? I feel like any would do really. Yeah, I mean, for a conspiracy, you need enough like social power basically, and probably financial too, in order to make sure that nobody discovers it. Because like again, in order for it to be a conspiracy, you need to be able to hide it because it's about manipulating things. It's about deception, right? So you can't have the deception if people instantly discover it. So you need to have enough societal power in order to be able to make that happen. And I guess that's why a lot of conspiracy theories are all about like, you know, like billionaires or governments or stuff like that. Yeah, like just like individual power, like say for example if there's just like a I don't know, someone that's like I don't know. I don't know. Couldn't I just have more knowledge than you? Gaslighting is a kind of conspiracy against one person. Kind of, but it doesn't meet the definition because the conspiracy theory, the definition of it requires something to be like it requires some kind of event or phenomena to be manipulated. I guess you could argue that that's manipulating like the truth, but then it also needs to be covered up, which kind of implies that there needs to be more than one person in on the conspiracy. So maybe if there was like a group of people gaslighting one person, that might meet the definition, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Normally the definition is just like a powerful group of people, if that makes sense. So, yeah. I actually don't know how to answer that question. It's a good question. I think that there's an ad in progress, so I'm just very quickly going to go and fill up my drink. So I will be back in a few minutes. Okay, I will see you in a bit. Hello, I'm back. Okay. Parents telling their kid about Santa, devious? Indeed, indeed, indeed. Extremely devious, how dare you. Okay. We're close to the end of the section. So, indirect cues. Let's read about the indirect cues of cheating. Or Ashira, enjoy your lurk. Enjoy your lurk. Go get your research done. Okay. Indirect cues, competition, and entitativity. We got there. Where's my music gone? Hello? Why did you stop? Okay, it's come back. We're good. The music has returned. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Indirect cues could also come from intergroup relationships and the structure of groups. And intergroup relationships, intergroup relationships are just basically like where there's two social groups and they interact. So like, I don't know, the kind of classic ones would be like men and women, different ethnic groups, different political parties, basically anything that you can think of where like people like don't like each other for their identity. That's a thing. Even like meat eaters and vegetarians, even that is an intergroup relationship. It's like literally anything. VTubers and facecam streamers. Okay. But yes, okay. So in intergroup relationships, the probability of occurrence of cheating is likely to be determined by in-group favoritism. So in-group favoritism is this concept where basically you're more likely, if you've got like a set amount of resources and you can share them with some people that are similar to you, they're in the same group as you, but you can also share it with people who are not, they're in a different group, you are more likely to give those resources to the people who are similar to you. It's been shown that an individual can deceive an outgroup member to favour the in-group. On the detector side, if the cheating is related to in-group favoritism, then the probability of detecting cheating during social exchange with an outgroup should be greater than during an exchange with an in-group. Okay, so they're saying that one of the indirect cues is basically, is this person in the same group as me or not? If they're in the same group, they're less likely to cheat. That makes sense. I'll highlight this. This is important. Especially from a conspiracy theory like element as well, because like a lot of the conspiracy theories, like the serious ones, not the silly ones like Avril Lavigne, but like the serious ones, they kind of say that like there's a powerful group, like as in they're above us in the social hierarchy, and often it's like what's the words, like like political elites. There's a lot about like governments or like politicians. There's a lot about scientists. Yeah. So if people don't see themselves as part of that group, scientist is a good example. Like I'm not very likely to believe a conspiracy theory about science because I am a scientist. I identify as a scientist, and why would other scientists cheat like that? Like, there's no gain for it. But somebody who isn't a scientist and has very limited experience with scientists, very little exposure to them, is a lot more likely to think that they might, there might be that cheating because it's a different group and maybe they would benefit from harming me. This paper's teaching me to distrust the opposite sex. Please no. Please don't take that from this. No. Okay, beyond this general aspect, we consider that the levels of intergroup conflict and competition are likely to moderate this probability. So moderation is like where a third variable influences the degree of a relationship. So say, for example, I don't know. Whoa, my nose is going weird. Say, for example, like, I guess they're saying intergroup conflict and competition and conspiracy theories. So, say, for example, you've got two groups that are in competition and two groups that aren't. The level of conspiracy theory that people believe in each condition might vary as a result of conflict? I don't know. That my idea fell apart because I realized they were talking about conflict being the moderator. That failed. Wow. Okay, let's say you've got two groups. Let's say you've got VTubers and facecam streamers, right? And we're thinking about how much they conspiracy theorize about the other side. So how much do VTubers conspiracy theorize about facecam streamers? If they if they see facecam streamers as a threat, if they see them as competition, are they more likely to believe those conspiracy theories? That's what it means. You know, it's like a third thing that comes in and adjusts the relationship. You can think of it like a knob on a radio or something like that, like a volume knob. And like, you know, it changes up and down the strength of it. It doesn't change that it's happening, but it changes the strength of how much it's happening. I don't know if that makes any sense. This one goes to 11. Yes. Yeah. Okay. It told me to. No, it didn't. It isn't saying that. It isn't. Okay. The electoral context is a good example of situations with high competition provoking conspiracy theories. For example, relevant. For example, the particularly sharp antagonism between the Democratic and Republican partisans in the US elections gave rise to the emergence of conspiracy theories on both sides, whether these beliefs were ex post facto justified, for example, Russian interference or not, mail-in ballot rigging. Okay. Yeah. There's nothing else really to say about that. As with the tendency to perceive more cheating within the outgroup, this tendency to perceive more cheating in situations of conflict or competition during social exchange may also appear as an adaptive response, as both behavioural economics and social psychology shown an association between the level of competition and dishonest behaviours. Okay. Whoops. Here, recurrent association between the context of competition and cheating can serve as a cue, increasing the probability of presuming the occurrence of cheating in a highly competitive context. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense because competition does drive a lot of those like negative intergroup relationships. So that's something that I think does make sense. The less one knows about the outgroup, the easier conspiracy theories will occur, surely. Cam streamers will have more theories about VTubers by deduction. Maybe. Although there is a bit of a conspiracy theory in the VTuber like sphere that Twitch hates VTubers and like we get treated worse than facecam streamers. I don't know if it's true or not. There's no data on it as far as I can tell, but that is an actual like almost like a conspiracy theory that goes around. So I don't know. Okay. I need to like wait, give me a second. I'm struggling. Drink. Okay. Right. Furthermore, the high level of conflict and discrimination by dominant groups towards marginalized groups could explain why these latter groups tend to perceive more conspiracy. In this sense, the probability of occurrence of cheating from within an outgroup should be logically greater for marginalized groups, leading them to adjust the probability of the event by considering that they are more likely to be victims of cheating. For example, the repeated abuse and deception in the use of African American populations in clinical trials throughout history is likely to generate greater anticipation of cheating from the outgroup and lead to conspiracy theory inferences. And I believe that is true. There is a higher incidence of medical conspiracy theory beliefs among ethnic minority populations. Regardless of the objective level of threat or competition between groups, inter-individual differences in sensitivity to threat are likely to lead individuals to perceive greater probability of cheating. Yeah, so if you're more likely to feel threatened by that competition that might happen, then you're also probably more likely to detect the conspiracy theories. That's what they're saying. My music has broken again. What the heck? Let me restart this. I've got to the point of the stream where it's just like nothing but scuff. Good. Okay. Just kidding. That's the whole stream. Okay. I would say, what's the important part here? Probably this part. This part here, and then also this part. I think this is a good example about like, for example, like the Tuskegee syphilis experiment and stuff like that. Yeah. And then HIV. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. Finally, the entitativity level of an outgroup is another factor associated with the development of conspiracy theories. Once more, we assume this link can be explained by the cheating detection mechanism. Indeed, a high level of entitativity increases in-group favoritism bias. Nevheiser showed that strongly entitative groups are perceived as less moral, which could be associated with higher probability of the occurrence of cheating. Thus, building on the same reasoning as before, it would result in a higher probability of the occurrence of cheating facing a group perceived as strongly entitative than facing a group perceived as weakly so. Okay, cool. That makes sense. I guess I'll highlight this part too. I don't actually know what entitativity is though, so I'm gonna Google that real quick. What is that? Let's learn. This is probably something I know as a concept and I don't know the word for it. The perception of a social group as a unit. Oh, yeah, like group cohesion. Okay. Yeah. So a person's perception of a group as a single entity rather than a collection of individuals. Yeah, so when you look at a group, do you see it as like a heterogeneous, like diverse group of people? Or do you see it as just like they're all one big blob? They're all the same person. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. If you see them as a big kind of simultaneously, you know, they're all automatons, they're all the same person, then I can see why that might lead to more reasoning about cheating, kind of. I more see the reasoning about conspiracy theories because I think if you're not able to put a face to it and it's just a kind of like generic you know, this is an evil entity and it is doing something evil, then it's probably a bit easier to conspiracy theorize about it because it's a bit dehumanized, if that makes sense. When I'm reading a paper to myself and I come across someone's name, I usually substitute some guy and some other guy. Valid. Very valid. NPC, yes, NPC rhetoric. It literally is. Whether you treat a group of people as NPCs or not. That's legit it. Like, are they just a copy and paste NPC or are they like all unique NPCs? Okay, well, with that being said, we have actually finished the section, so that's good. And I'm gonna end the paper reading there because my throat is giving out on me. We didn't read much once again. We will get through this paper, I swear. We will. Clearly I'm just like, I think I'm easily distracted because it's like related to my thesis and I don't entirely want to think about it, if that makes sense. I'm just like, I don't want to. My heart is telling me no. Yeah. I don't know. I think it's fine. You wouldn't believe how many papers some guy has written. I know, you wouldn't believe how many papers et al has written. Et al's on a mad one. Crazy. If one inserts the Jews into entitative group, it becomes pretty self-explanatory. Yeah, it really does, actually. That's a really good example. Like, any kind of, like, group where there's just, like, the thing, you know? Like, if somebody tells you, oh, yes, the group, then it's implying that they think that this is all just, like, one homogenous blob of a group of people rather than lots of individual people. So, yeah, I think that's a good analogy. Any conspiracy theory about them being strongly favoring the in-group, so it's okay to cheat against them? That's true, actually. That's very true. There is a bit of that, isn't it? I guess it's kind of the same with what people say about scientists as well in relation to vaccines and stuff. It's like, oh, you know, they're cheating us out of government funding and they're harming us with this, so therefore, I don't know, something. Something. Et al. Goes hard. So true. So true. The Matrix. Yeah. You know, okay, this is really bad. I've never actually seen The Matrix. Is that bad? Is that bad? I've never seen it. I probably should see it at some point. I've never seen it. Oh no. Okay, so with all that being said, Mr. Anderson, I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is. Okay, with all that being said, my throat is actually just entirely giving out on me. She doesn't get it? No, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't. But yeah, my throat is like genuinely giving out at me. Tell you, I'm gonna refund you because I was literally about to raid into her. Great minds think alike. That's who I was thinking of raiding anyway, so I'll refund you. Let me do that. But yeah, she rebranded. She's got a nice little psychology hairpin now, which is very, very cool. Snap. We love that. And I think she's focusing on making more psychology content. Hang on. Oh god, where is it? Guide the raid. There you are. There you go. Refund your points back. There you go. There you go. Have your points back. Have your points back. Yes, you can use it another time. But yeah, we're gonna go raid into Vanille Vixen, who was previously Diana. I never knew how to say the second part. Kyono? I hope that's right. Who is, yeah, she's in the process of rebranding into being psychology content more, which is very cool. Always love to see other psychology VTubers. That makes me very, very happy when I find them. So with that being said, I am going to start the raid. And yeah, I don't know when the next stream will be. I haven't planned out next week at all. I might keep sticking with the Tuesday and Thursday. I think it's working okay. Oh god, I'm confused. Following. That's the filter I need. Yes, there we go. We can do it. We can do it. But yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing next week. I need to like plan out my streaming schedule and all that jazz. Very cool, very fun. Because I also have a teaching schedule to sort out. So that's good. That's very great and fun and cool. I'm going to be actually teaching again. I'm going to be a teacher again for a short period of a few months, and then I will give up and I will submit my thesis, and then I will leave academia triumphantly and I will laugh on my way out. And hopefully then I'll have a job. Where's the maid outfit? It's coming, I swear. It's coming. I swear it's coming. The thing is that I need to actually sit down and make it, and I haven't really had the time. But yeah, it's on my list of things that I'm going to do at some point, along with the science ASMR. Good luck giving up, thank you. I'm very excited to be able to finally give up. Very, very excited. Laugh or cry? What with the teaching or the thesis? Both of them are both. I'm not going to lie, both of them are both. I really like teaching, it's fun, but it's very overwhelming for me. I find it very stressful. I have to come home and lie down afterwards. And to be honest, same with the thesis. The thesis is largely the same. But yeah, that being said, like I said, don't know when the next stream will be. Probably Tuesday. I can't promise it. Hit the notification bell. Is that a thing? Do that. I don't know. I'm very confused. Let's go see Vanille. And yeah, I'll see you next time, hopefully. Thank you all so much for joining. Yeah, I hope to see you next time. Bye.